The last thing you want to have happen when you're out in your RV boondocking or dry camping is to run low or run out of water completely. And thanks to our good friend Daryl, who gave us this recommendation, we now have an easy way to carry, transport, and transfer water from our truck into our RV. And I'm going to share that with you today. Here's a sneak preview of the solution, but before we get to that, let me show you what we used to use. This is what we used to use, the 2.6 gallon Wolverine Tough bottle and the 5.3 gallon bottle. These are actually very good products. They're very sturdy, stout. We've never had any issues with them leaking due to the double wall construction. However, let me show you why we no longer use them. This 5.3 gallon bag weighs about 40 pounds when completely full. And as you can see, it's pretty awkward and heavy to hold while you're trying to fill your freshwater RV tank. Besides these bags, we also had a big blue 7-gallon container, and that was actually an even bigger pain in the ass to fill the RV with. And then we had to find a place to store all these bags and the big blue container either in the back of the truck or in the RV. And on to our solution. So this is the RecPro RV water tank. It is BPA free, FDA approved. It's made out of polyethylene, seamless construction. The dimensions on this is 14 inches across here, 18 inches tall, and 39 inches deep. So these come in all kind of shapes and sizes. I picked this out particularly for our truck. I measured everything ahead of time to make sure that everything was going to fit perfectly just the way I wanted it, and it does. It fits right underneath our retracts cover perfectly. This RV tank has 1/8 inch thick walls as well. Some people may need to purchase a custom cage for their RV tank in this situation where they don't have support on especially the sidewalls. Being that I have all this crap in the back of my truck, the diesel container here, the DEF container, on the other side I have the retracts roll container that is all steel and goes down, supports it on the other side. I have not had any issues in the 3 months that I've had this, and that's taken it on these crazy back roads to these remote locations. Tons of bumps and washboard, no issues there whatsoever. This tank has 3 of these 3/8 inch national pipe thread connections. I've got 1 here up top and 2 at the bottom. That's how I flipped the tank, so then I could have the 1 1/4 inch fill tube up top here to easily fill the tank. Down at the bottom, you can see I have a special adapter that's connected to the tank. That's for the 3/8 inch national pipe thread that goes to a 3/4 inch male garden hose thread. And then I have the Camco 90-degree elbow and the hose connected to that. And I bought one of these EvoFlex hoses made by Camco, drinking water safe. It has been awesome. I used to have the real stiff garden hoses, and this thing's nice and flexible. It's easy to work with, and then I just have a plastic shutoff on the end of that. It's 10 foot long, reaches right back to the back of the truck, and it's the perfect length for this application. So up until this point, y'all may have been wondering, how are we getting the water out of the tank in the back of the truck into the RV? Well, that is the best part about this. This is an RV water pump, 12 volt, 7.5 amps. Bought this actually as a backup for our water pump in the RV in case it ever failed. So I have this now as a backup, and we're also going to use it to get the water out of the tank of the truck and into the RV. This Flojet pump came with these black quick connectors, so I did have to buy special adapters that go from the hose to the quick connector. This adapter here, this is a 3/4 inch female hose thread to a 1/2 inch female national pipe thread on this side, and same thing on the other side of the pump. I did buy this adapter as well, brass fitting adapter, male garden thread on both sides to fit into the orbit connector here. That way we can just hook our garden hose up right on the outflow side. I also bought this 14 gauge extension cord from a hardware store, and I just cut off the end, and I'm only using the black and white wires for positive and negative, And I bought these alligator clips as well from the hardware store. I just did a quick connection right there, slipped it right through. This is holding the wire tight, and then I wrapped the wire around the connector right there. I may do a more permanent connection down the road, but for right now it works just fine. And then this ground wire, I just left that cut and unused. On the other side at the pump, pretty easy connections. I just used a couple wire nuts and connected the positive and negative. All right, let's get this connected up and pump some water in. So you can see on the pump itself, there's an arrow, meaning the water flow is going in that direction. So this is the inlet. We're gonna connect this up to the hose on the tank in the back of the truck. And then we're gonna connect this hose to the other side, which is gonna go to the RV. Other side of the hose, we've got our fill tube. I think it goes without saying, but you also want to make sure all your shutoffs are open. As I mentioned before, this is the fill tube that you're going to use whenever you fill up at the location where you get your water. However, this is a really important step when you're filling your RV tank. This little plug right here needs to be removed. It's amazing how well this plug seals this hole up. If you don't remove this and you start filling your RV tank, you start sucking water out of that hose down there, it's actually going to suck this in, and there's a good chance that you're going to blow this tank out. It's going to implode essentially. And we're going to connect those alligator clips right to the truck battery. All right, you can hear the water pumping. And look what that tank is doing. See how that's being sucked down there? There's a pretty big belly right in there. Now watch what happens when I release this. I should say listen to see what happens when I release it. And the tank comes back up. So be sure to shut her down whenever you see that the tank is completely empty or you don't hear water at the fill tube any longer. That way you don't incur any damage to that pump. Well, I hope this video has helped you guys out in some way, shape, or form. I know it has made our life much easier now that we have this tank. So if you want to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime we put out a new video with any RV tips, tricks, or hacks. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road.